Hello and good evening and welcome. Goodness me, we've had some technical issues tonight. First of all, I am absolutely and utterly sorry that I did not do a stream tonight at 8 p.m. We've been out today. We've been at I'll start again. We've been out today. We've been at a show. We've been showing our buses and our stationary engines at a little show. Well, actually, at a big show. Today. So we're going to have to look carefully at the days that I do streaming because I've got obviously other things to do as well. We've been at a show. We've been at the Hull East Coast Run, so Hull to Bridlington East Coast Run. And I've got a couple of people to thank for that. And one is my lovely wife, Christine. Bless her, she's not been very well the past few days. And we didn't know whether we was going to be able to make it or not, but thankfully she was okay this morning. So we set off this morning, and she enjoyed it too. Even though she hasn't been very far, she's been sat down most of the day and just been doing her knitting and what have you. So yeah, she's been doing that today and relaxing in the wind. And the wind and the sun. You can probably tell by my complexion, even though I ain't had a shower yet, I'm absolutely red raw from the sun and the wind burning us on the east coast there at Bridlington, at Sowerby, at Bridlington. So yeah, so once again, I'm ever so sorry that I haven't done a stream earlier, and we have had some technical problems as well tonight. So I've got nothing much to show tonight, but I will show you what's been going on today, what we've been doing. I'll tell you what we've been doing. I'll show you a few photographs. I might even show you a video or two on my iPad here. I've got my iPad at the side of me. And a few revelations of what we've been thinking of as well with our shows and what we're doing with our hobby. Okay, so let's get into the people that's joined us so far then. So I take it you can hear me all right and see me all right, and hopefully you can. So first one gold medal goes to Yorkshire Crafter. Good evening. Good evening, Julie. Thanks for joining. And then we've got Max Mods. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Mark. Thanks for joining. We've got D Harris. Good evening, Sir Dave. Good evening, D. Thanks for joining. D says, Max Mods, Yorkshire Crafter, hello. And we've got David Bassett. Good evening, Sir Dave. Hello, David. And thanks for joining. Yorkshire Crafter says, evening, D Harris. And I'm just trying to keep my iPad going because I'm going to show you some photos in a bit. So Yorkshire Crafter says, evening, D Harris. D Harris says, evening, David Bassett. My chat's jumping. So David Bassett says evening to D Harris and Max Mods, and David Bassett says evening at Yorkshire Crafter. D Harris says video and sound all good. Oh, brilliant. Well, it wasn't 10 minutes ago, I can tell you. I actually scheduled a stream for 9:30 and just about to press the button to go live, and everything went off, the internet and everything. So I had to reset everything. So, but yeah, technical problems arose. It wouldn't be as if we didn't have technical problems, would it? So Yorkshire Crafter says evening at David Bassett, and Max Mod says good evening, D Harris and David Bassett. Okay, just going to mark that comment. Oh goodness me, it's jumped again. That's it. I'll mark the comment. So right, so what we've been doing today then? So today was one of the premium shows that we go to. In fact, we've been going to it for more than 50 years. So, and that is the Hull to Bridlington East Coast Run. So, of course, with us just going and displaying something, we just go straight to the venue, which was, in this case, it was Sowerby Fields at Bridlington. And we just took our trailer and our exhibits and bits and pieces, took our time and got there nice and early and started setting up the table and everything else for the show. As you all know, I am a showman at the end of the day. Well, I'm calling myself a showman. I've actually been at it for pretty much all my life, I suppose. So anyway, and it's all evolved around something that's got wheels or engines or buses or trucks or something similar. Certainly of a vintage age anyway. So, and that's why they call me DS Models and Vintage, because I am Dave Say Models and vintage, so anything vintage, and I love it to bits, and so does Christine too. She absolutely loves the vintage scene. In fact, if you get near a vintage Bedford OB coach, she absolutely loves that. So yeah, so and I do too. Right, so I've apologized for my non-streaming tonight. We're going to have to look at streaming days and when I'm going to be able to available to stream. We actually got home at about 7 o'clock time, and we've had a marvelous day. So the second person I would like to thank this evening, and that is my mum. So my mum actually gave me a little bit of money to go towards today, and she said, go and enjoy yourself and have a nice day at the Hull East Coast Run. And so we did. So Mum, thank you very much indeed. That's very much appreciated by me and Christine. So, and yeah, it did help towards our fuel costs, etc., which is obviously very difficult in this day and age. So David Bassett's come in there with a comment, and he said, I've just got home from riding a Route Master RTs, RF, MBAs on routes 81, 81B, A1, 441, 484B, and part of the London Bus Museum's 81 running day at Hounslow to Slough. So we'll post some pictures. Brilliant. Thank you, David. My ambition is to actually go to Brooklands, but whether I'll get there or not, I don't know. I want to see part of the museum there. I want to see the track. I want to see the racetrack at Brooklands, and I want to see you know, the museum itself and have a good walk around and what have you. I want to do that before I end up in a wooden casket. So so one day I'll get there. Yeah, I'm not putting too much on the emphasis of right now, because certainly can't afford it right now. And yeah, it'll be something to just look forward to, I think, at a future date. So yeah, that's one of my ambitions, is to go to the lovely museum there at Brooklands. Okay, so let's get into this then today, what we did. So today we took our 3 buses, the Shillibeer, Christine Shillibeer Route Master, we took the East Yorkshire Route Master, and we took the Red Route Master that we have normally in our cabinets. And we took a bit of Emphalia, whatever you like to call it, some interesting artifacts, some bits and bobs for people to look at and handle, which is what I said I was going to do originally. And the response has been absolutely fantastic. You would not credit it at all. We actually got shoved to the back of the field, which is quite unusual, because we're usually at the top end of one of the fields. But I think it worked in our advantage, really, because there was a line of stalls and everybody was looking down the line of stalls. Then they carried on by us, and then they went to see the buses and the trucks and everything down that way. So it worked to our advantage. So the idea of the Hull East Coast Run is that it starts off in Hull. It starts off at East Park in Hull, and then it winds its way through the vintage dales and hills and what have you of East Riding, and it ends up at Bridlington, well, Soulby Fields to be exact, very close to the Soulby Hall. So, which is right on the seafront, and it's a massive grass field. It's cut by the local council and what have you. So it's a lovely grass field, and it's right on the seafront, so you can see right out to sea on the North Sea. And as it happens today, the wind was blowing off the country, so it was blowing westerly to easterly. So that was a bit harsh. And you can probably tell by my face I have got sunburns, well, or windburns maybe. So, and yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. We had lots and lots of people come and ask questions, take photographs. You know, where could they buy one of these buses? How do you fix them? How do you put them together? It was absolutely tremendous. I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away by the amount of people that I've been talking to today. In fact, I am a bit dry. So So yeah, it did take me a little bit to recover. I'm absolutely shattered, and that's because we've been talking to a lot of people today, and what's sticking out in my mind more than anything else is the fact that no matter what the engine noises were making from our stationary engines that we took a couple of small stationary engines. The main attraction to our show was the buses, the models on the table, and without a shadow of a doubt, people would walk by the engines and they'd take a quick look, and then they'd walk straight down to the table where the models were, and we had an idea that that would happen, and that's because we told you guys that that's what we was going to do with some of our model collection. We was actually going to show them to the public, and if we can persuade people to view your channels, your YouTube channels, or we can persuade people to go buy a model of their own, or we can simply persuade people to just get involved in model making per se as a hobby. It's something that we try to do. So yeah, we met old friends, new friends, and people we've never ever seen before, never met before. It was a lovely, friendly do, and I have got a few pictures which we'll show you in a minute, and they will put bits and pieces to the story as we go. So first off, I'm wearing my t-shirt, which my lovely Christine bought me. It's the Routemaster t-shirt. So on the front we've got half a Routemaster, and this is from the London Transport Museum. And then on the back there's the other half, the rear half of the Routemaster. So lovely t-shirt, and yeah, it's that sort of drew a bit of attention as well, because people were asking me as well, where did you get your nice shirt from? So anyway, I'll just go back to the chat and then we'll look at some photos. So David Bassett says Brooklands is brilliant. Go at the start of April when they have their big bus day. Yeah, they have a big bus day there, don't they? I know from various things that I've seen. So Stuart Sullivan, hello Stuart. Dave, I've been to Brooklands, fantastic, brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, I'll get there one day. So David Bassett says, Stuart Sullivan, yes, it certainly is. They recently took an old bus stop from Ivor Heath in Buckinghamshire over to the museum. Several ex-Amersham MA garage buses are in there, including RLH 48. Wow. So, and David Bassett says, Dave, I have that t-shirt and my son bought me it for Christmas 2 years ago. Yeah, and yeah, it's very comfortable to wear. It really is. So, right, let me change cameras and let's go and have a look at some photos. And then I'll show you what we've been up to, shall we? And what a lovely day it's been as well. So, change camera settings. Come on, there we go. So, and webcam. Okay, so these photos, hopefully they'll come out all right. They're on my iPad. So, and hopefully you can see them okay. It might be best if you're viewing this on a television, perhaps, so and we get a bigger picture. So basically, we was on this lovely grass field today, and we took two of our stationary engines, and so the black one is a Peteray type, and that's 1945, and that was actually stood on its side on a farm scrap heap for 40 years. So yeah, 40 years it was stood on its side on a farm scrap heap. So it never moved, just rusted, and was sea solid, and I managed to get it going with a lot of persuasion, and I got it to, well, reasonably look nice, I suppose, as well. So, and then we took our Petter W1H, and that's a water-cooled engine. This one's an air-cooled engine. That's a water-cooled engine, and it's driving a water pump as well. And then you can see down there also that we had the table with the buses on. So what did we do? Well, we put our buses on the table, and we had a blind. So, and with the wind being quite bad, the blind was actually flapping around underneath the table quite a bit because we wrapped it around the table. Anyway, I chucked my toolbox on the blind and it stopped it from flapping around too much. So, and then we started putting bits and pieces on the table that was in between the buses, such as Ian Campbell's blueprint board there for the Routemaster, my one-off print Routemaster that I got one Christmas, and then like the Routemaster badge there, the Roundel Routemaster badge that Fleetwood J gave me, and we put other things in between the Routemasters as well. So and then we roped off the area, and that's because we have insurance to go to these shows, and you've got to have insurance. So, and you've got to make sure that the public can't get near your exhibits, and that's because, you know, goodness me, if that table fell on some small kiddie or something, then, you know, it would be serious accident there. So anyway, you have to have it roped off, and you have to have it. You have to be insured, which we have. So we complied with all the rules and regulations. So a couple of photographs to start us off then was of the display itself, as I say, and hopefully you're getting these pictures okay. So, and yeah, we got all three buses on the table, and we decided to put Christine's Shillerby at one end, so people could get a better look at the other side of Christine's Shillerby one, because the other side is nicer with the other roundels on. And then we put the East Yorkshire one in the centre, and we made that like a centrepiece because at the end of the day it was in East Yorkshire, is Bridlington. And then we put the red one at this end. And then we put all information leaflets on as well, and we made it so that they could actually see what the information leaflets said from the row plan. And we made everything accessible to everybody that wanted to have a look at something. So because we was there all day, we was handing out these bits of paper and everything if they wanted to read them, and we actually had some bits and bobs on the table as well, like wheels and a bit of chassis and what have you, to give people, and to demonstrate exactly, you know, how much they weighed and everything. I think you can see a wheel there and a wheel there, and at the other side of Christine's there's a piece of chassis. So, and then we had the original timetable for the East Yorkshire one, which was laminated, and the original brochure for the Shillerby one. So yeah, that's basically what we did. It's an original London Transport blind as well, but it's very tatty, is the blind, and we just made the best of it really, so that it just added to the display. So yeah, we took a couple of small buses with us. That's a 176 scale East Yorkshire Routemaster there, just to comparison against that one. But as you can see, with them being outside, looks absolutely brilliant. The colours really shine out nicely and everything. So yeah, it was really, really good. So, and going to this side, then you can see an AEC badge and a wheel and another AEC badge, and so on. There's the packets of the chassis down this side, bits that we had to show people. So yeah, really nice little display, and but what it really did prove very, very, very popular for people to come and talk and say, wow, never seen anything like this before, which we knew they hadn't. You know, everybody nearly went on about the 1/24 scale Sunstar Routemasters, and they went on about the Revel Routemasters and Dinky Routemasters and all the rest of it, and they've never seen anything like these, which we knew they hadn't. And we've even had compliments from people saying, I was going to buy that, but I bought a Sunstar instead, and I wish I'd bought this because this is far, far superior. And we always said that. We always said that about this model. It's far superior to anything else that's on the market, and that is absolutely dead true. So we come to the conclusion that our stationary engines didn't get a lot of attention. They're difficult to move, and both me and Christine are, well, getting on, shall we say. And so we are actually going to phase out our stationary engines altogether, and we are going to, I don't know how we're going to do it at the moment, but we are going to obviously display a lot more models. We would need some cover, of course, in case it rained. I mean, today was a lovely dry day, so we could have them outside. And it's going to be weather dependent and place dependent on where we're going to display them. But yeah, it was very, very, very worthwhile doing, I can tell you. Okay, so let's move on a bit then. So this guy here, they call him Ashley Blackman. And Ashley Blackman is a bus restorer. And Ashley Blackman kindly found me the paint codes for the East Yorkshire Routemaster. He was there today, and pleasant chat. It's the first time I've met him in person. I'm a personal friend of his on Facebook and what have you. But on my Facebook, I think David Bossett's seen it. I shared it. Ashley Blackman was the chap that was brush painting East Yorkshire's 747 Bridgemaster, that unfortunately wasn't there today. It was going to be there, but it wasn't there today. So yeah, the person who owns the 747 now, they've had a bereavement, so they wasn't able to come to the show this weekend. So while Ashley was there, I said, let's have a photograph of you with this bus, because after all, you give me the paint codes for it. And I said, I want it, I said, you're going to hold it. He said, what, really? So I said, yeah. I said, don't drop it there. So anyway, he didn't drop it, and we had a laugh over it as well. And yeah, so I'm quite proud of that photograph, because Ashley has his own business restoring classic buses. And yeah, what a absolute fantastic guy he is. Ashley and Kirsty Blackman, they really do a superb job when they are restoring buses, without a shadow of a doubt. So comes to a little video then. So I videoed not much, because I didn't actually get a lot of time to walk around at all. In fact, I felt so tired walking around that I just did a few small videos. So I'll just play some of these videos for you. I don't think they've got any sound. Oh, they've got a bit of sound. So you can just see, just so you've got an idea of the buses and the vehicles that was there as well. So yeah, there's quite a few Hull buses, Thorns coaches of Hemingbrove, and yeah, the Hull Corporation ones, the East Yorkshire one there in the red and white, and Warrington PD, which is E5, which is owned by another personal friend of ours. So that's a little video of that. And I was going this way. I'm no good on an iPad. So, and the back of that row was this row. So, and you can see there was an RML there as well. So we'll focus up on that in a minute. There we go. Okay, so that was an RML. So that made my day, really. That there was a RM there, a Roadmaster. So yeah, on there we've got West Yorkshire and Hull Corporation Transport, then Grimsby Cleethorpes, and Lincolnshire Road Car, and then two East Yorkshire ones just out of the camera shot here, which we'll find in a minute. So, and here are the two East Yorkshire ones. What beauties they were. These have been in preservation for years. Well, this one has, 674. It's the only Albion Aberdonian in existence that East Yorkshire had. So, but as you can tell, the lovely, lovely colours. Ashley actually restored both of these buses, and they are pristine. Without a shadow of a doubt, they are absolutely pristine. So, Ashley Blackman, they are fantastic. So, spin around to another Hull Corporation one. And then we get a line of lorries over there. I can't possibly get all them. That's a little Bedford coach. and a little Bedford CA van. Okay, and this is a lovely Bedford OB coach owned by another friend of mine, Alan and Phil Baldrys, and they don't live very far from us. So it's a Bedford OB coach, and as you know, we do run the Bedford OB and OWB Facebook group. So so obviously some of these pictures will be going on there. So he's been restoring this bus for quite some time now. He's finally got it done, and he's going to be doing some weddings on it with it. And yeah, we'll be seeing that out on the road. I would have thought throughout the summer months, because he's finally got it finished, and it looks absolutely superb. It really does. And he's done all the sign writing on it as well himself, I believe, and all the coach painting as well. So yeah, beautiful Bedford OB duple coach. Wow, our favourite without a shadow of a doubt. So look at them beautiful lines, beautiful coach lines. They really are. So, and I think there's another picture. Yeah, I've gone mad with the pictures. So, and yeah, and there's another one. Okay, so, and as I walked back to the car today, we spotted Christine and our dog just watching out for us. And you might notice that there is a couple of rosettes on there too. So yes, and that's because with the green engine here, the water-cooled one, we actually won a second prize. So there is the second prize rosette. And so yeah, we was quite pleased about that. And then with the black engineer, we actually won first prize. So there's the first prize for that, and we actually won a trophy as well. So we was over the moon, absolutely over the moon. So here's the trophy. It's got a bit of protectorant on it. So there we go. Look. So I think you can see that East Coast Run 2022, Class 23, which is what we was. And it was run by the East Yorkshire Thoroughbred Car Club. So we'll get a nice glass trophy and to put on us mantelpiece, so to speak. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased about that. And yeah, we was the only exhibits, but yeah, we was entitled to a trophy. So this rally has now been going for 52 years, and everybody got one of these to tie on the front of the vehicle as they went in. Well, of course, you can't tie one of these to our exhibits, so we got this in the program, and it's the 52nd East Coast Run, Hulls Bridlington, and we got a lovely magazine as well. Free gratis, and in the magazine lists all the entries, all the car entries, all the wagon entries, etc., and it gives you all the prizes in order. And if you go to 23, class 23, you'll see that class 23 is stationary engines. Yeah, so they don't have a class 4 models, unfortunately. So, but yeah, they have a road run as well, as I said, from Hull, East Park, right the way through to Bridlington, Silbury Fields. So, and yes, it's been going 52 years, and of course there's been 2, if not 3 years off because of COVID and what have you. So, and this was the biggest event in this area since COVID as well. So there was quite happy to say about that as well today. But yeah, all the vintage sections were all full, apart from the heavier commercials. And the heavier commercials, well, obviously wasn't in great abundance, and that's because obviously we're thinking about fuel now at nearly £2 a litre. So there's pictures in here of past entrants, and another Bedford OB in the one behind it, and a lovely Cadillac by the looks of it, and then it gives you various, it gives you names and places, people who have entered whatever vehicle. So motorbikes, breakdown vehicles, historic vehicles, cars, sports cars, etc., 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 and buses. So, and historic buses was there. Post-historic buses there, agricultural tractors and stationary engines. So at the bottom there, and then future classics, what they're calling future classics. So you've got your future classics as like a 2000 Jaguar and a 2002 Rover 5 and a 2005 Mini Cooper. You know, all them are going to be like future classics. So that's what they mean by future classics. And one entrant that didn't turn up today, and that was this lovely bus down here, VKH 44644, which is owned by East Yorkshire. So sadly, I think its tyres run out of date, and it had to have its tyres changed or something. So sadly, it wasn't there today. But yeah, sadly missed. And so hopefully it'll be around somewhere at another event somewhere. And of course, that's the one that's got the Beverley Bar roof as well. Okay. So have I done that? Yes, I've done that. And I've done that, I think. I'm just going to pick up my pad and see if I've got any more to show you on there. No, I don't think so. Other than this one. So Christine took this photograph. Just shows you that the amount of people that were actually queuing behind one another to talk to me and ask questions and ask what there was like, etc., etc. We did put batteries in the East Yorkshire one today. As you can tell, it's got the lights on there at the back, and we demonstrated the lights and the bell and things like that. So yeah, so people could see them things working. So yeah, that's what we've been up to today. We thoroughly enjoyed it, and as I say, it's been quite a difficult day. And as I say, we didn't get back till quite late, but we have really enjoyed it. We really have. So, and it's the way forward. So yeah, we could be bringing our display to somewhere localish, which is something we'd like to do. And as we add to the display, such as the goodness me, where's it gone now? Such as the Eddie Stobbart wagon. So the Eddie Stobbart truck, and of course, with it being 1/12 scale, that will be added to the show. So we'll be taking that as well, and then we'll be taking the Titanic once we get that done, the 1/200 scale Titanic, and then we'll be taking the Spitfire, of course. So the Mark 1A Spitfire, and that leads me nicely on to I received something in the post on Friday, all the way from Germany, and I've got probably one person to blame for this, and that's this. So this is the new Routemaster Mark 1A, piloted by Dave Say. So this is the Spitmaster, except it's called the Routemaster on here. So, and this is actually a picture in the picture frame. So, and I received this on Friday. So, and so Mr. Ian Campbell, if you are watching, yes, thank you very much indeed. So I know you've, of course, we've got myself, Geordie Dave, we've got Yorkshire Crafter, we've got Dano's Universe, Max Mods, we've got Crafty Chris, and at the back here we've got Horlicks, Horlicks looking where we're going. So yeah, that's that arrived on Friday. So that made my day, that did. It really did. Okay. So let me come back to chat a bit then while we've got that on the screen. Okay, so chats, Geordie Dave, evening everyone. Hi, Geordie Dave. Geordie Dave's been poorly with COVID, so we wish you all the best, Dave, and let's hope you can get rid of it quick if you can. And yeah, we're sending our best wishes to you, Dave. So, and let's hope you get sorted okay. So, and D Harris says, evening, Geordie Dave. And Geordie Dave says, evening, D Harris. Okay. So I hope you've enjoyed that little update. And if I haven't said anything, then I will do later on. You'll have to ask me. So I'm going to go back to camera. Before I do that, I'm going to see if I can get myself a drink. Or drink. There we go. Because believe you me, I've been yakking all day. So, and it's been absolutely fabulous. Let me move that down a minute. So D Harris says, love the Spitmaster pick. Well, so do I. So do I. It's something different, isn't it? And it's we can all have a laugh about it as well. So, which is great. It's going to take some explaining to some friends when we do wear them in public. But our t-shirts, that is, because we've got them on a t-shirt as well. So yeah, it's going to take some explaining, but it should be okay. To those of you who just joined, I do look red. Yes, I've been out very near, close to the seaside, and I've been blown to bits with some wind, and I'm red hot. So yeah, I'm gonna go off for a shower shortly. But so without leaving you without a stream tonight, I thought I'd come on, show you what our day's been like. Thank a few people for it happening, and then show you a few pics and hopefully give you a few bits and pieces into our future. Our future is going to be less stationary engines and more models. So how we're going to get models there to shows, we're not sure. Where we're going to put them, I'm not sure. How we're going to do with them, I'm not sure. But having said that, we've come to the realization that we're at an age and everything else that we just cannot manage messing around with stationary engines any longer. So, and we want something to do as a hobby, and this is a lovely hobby. We've had lots and lots and lots of praise today for our lovely buses, our lovely Roadmasters. So, and what more can you ask for? So, and as I've always said, this is something that has never ever been seen before in models. 1/12 scale Routemaster 1/12 scale bus. It is absolutely unique, and because we painted a couple of hours, that makes it even more unique and even more of a niche. And especially when people see them out in public, they do really like them. They really have enjoyed them. So, and I'm so glad to say that we are working on another 3, as you know, and it's quite possible that we might be even working on another one after them. So, but I'm saying no more. Okay. So, right, I'm going to think about closing down. I've been yakking for, I don't know how long, 40 minutes or so, haven't I? So I think I've done enough. I think I've done more than enough today, to be honest. So, okay. Oh, yes. Yeah. Crafty Chris says, I nearly got another husband, laughing out loud. Yes, you did, didn't you? So I was chatting away to this chap today, and he said, I like that green one. He says, it's absolutely. I said, really? I said, my wife made that, and she's sitting there, look. And I forget what I said, but he said, wish my wife would do something like that. So I forget what he said, but I think it was something like, will you come and live with me? So D Harris says, I'll say good night, Dave. Nice update. Looks like you had a nice day and glad it was dry for you. Thank you, D. Yes, it was lovely and dry. It was just the wind that was horrendous, really. So D Harris says, good night to all in chat hall, sir. And D Harris says, good night, Crafty Chris. Okay. So thank you for that. So yeah, we had a lovely day, and let's hope we have many more. And it's been a long time coming, really. A show like that in the past 2-3 years. It's been a long time coming, not just for us, but for everybody that was there today. That you could really see that people was enjoying the day. So and that's because, you know, no COVID restrictions, so which is rather good. So Jody Dave says, great pictures, Dave. Thank you. As I said, I only got a chance to do a few, and I did a bit of videoing, and I promised a few other friends that I would take some pictures, and yeah, so yeah, I've done that. So, and as you say, if I'd have had time, I would have taken a lot more. And yes, I didn't buy anything today neither. I didn't have the money. B, I was tempted, but I didn't have time to get to the stalls. And C, I couldn't be bothered to walk to the stalls because there was a long way off. So, and yeah, believe you me, walking on grass isn't very good. So, yeah, and I think I've really, at the moment, I've got enough to work on. Never mind anything else. So, which reminds me, I've still got to show you some models that I did buy a while back now for 90 pence each. So, yeah, I'll keep you intrigued on that one. So, and what I'll do now is I'll say, Crafty Chris has said good night, everyone. And thank you for that, darling. And I'm going to see if I can find my brand, and then we'll go into the normal northern ending shutdown, and hopefully I'll get myself sorted, and we'll see you during the week. It will be tomorrow night. It'll be the Disney Dolls House with Yorkshire Crafter and Crafty Chris on 7 p.m. On their channels. So Yorkshire Crafter, Crafty Chris tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. for the Disney Dolls House. And I think that's me before I lose my voice entirely. So it's a goodbye. God bless for me. Take care. And as always, I'm over the moon over what's happened. So if you've been out there and you've made it happen for us, thank you very, very much, because that's really made it worthwhile. All the hard work of getting them buses painted, giving the ideas that you've given to us, about the display and this, that, and the other. It's all worth it. It really is. If you get your chance to display your model to somebody or somewhere, then do it. And you'll find that a lot of people will come, hey, what's that? Look at it. It's fantastic. Look at the detail. Look at this, that, and the other. And you'll find that a lot of people will appreciate you bringing your model to their event without a shadow of a doubt. Does take some doing. You've got to be very, very careful, but it's well worth it. Okay, so I'm going to say last one in then. So Stuart Sullivan's fantastic show, Dave. Time to relax and sun cream after tea. And yeah, absolutely. So okay, so I'm going to say good night. God bless. Take care, and hopefully we'll see you soon on another stream. So good night from me. Take care now, everyone. Good night.